There's a different process you have to do, like with restoring and archiving stuff. You want to make sure everything is, perfect.
I told him about my tapes that I had in my storage in Queens. I said to him that, I have all these master reels that I really wanted was to get them transferred off the reels and digitalize them. They're tapes, and tapes after a long time they deteriorate, Termites started to get into some of the boxes.
I started doing a lot of research into how to go about something like this, because I've only been, a recording engineer, a mix engineer, but there's more factors involved in archiving.
I like the studio, I like the sound, a lot of analog equipment,
And we went to his place, we got a handful of tapes, and it just snowballed from there.
The vibes was right, and we need to rent, the equipment, the various equipments, because they were in 4 different stages. The tapes, we had like 1/4-inch, 7-inch reels, that is the mixdown tapes. Basically, we used to use the 7-inch for the mixdown. And then from there, we had a 1/2-inch 4-track. We used to record the drums on 1 track, bass on 1, and then the rhythm, which is the piano, keyboards, and percussion. And then an open track for voice, or if we wanted to put horns, or whichever lead instrument was going at the time.
So there's 4 tracks. Track 1 was always drums and bass. So I'd transfer the tape, and then you listen to each track. So maybe you hear a little too much bass on a guitar track, so you're like, then you got to figure out, is that bleed from the room, or is that something that was running across the tape and channel 2 getting printed onto channel 3 a little bit?
The next stage up was the 1-inch 8-track. That's another level of the recording stage. This is like around early 70s at Randy's in Jamaica. And then the last reels I had was the 2-inch 24. But it wasn't 24-track recording, it was 16, because we didn't have a 24-track head.
With the multi-tracks, the tricky part was making sure the zenith and the azimuth was set and was good on the tape heads. So here's your 2 tracks. Now your zenith is the tape head up and down like this, right? Now your azimuth is forward and back. So say you have these 2 tracks right here, and then say the zenith is just a little bit off. Now you have, track 1 isn't going completely on the tape, isn't going across the tape head, and so is number 2, which then can create phase issues and all kinds of stuff like that. So, you calibrate it as best you can.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I was recently listening to a Sam Cooke album. Remastered and all that stuff. And for some reason, I wasn't hearing any bass at all. I was like, I know that there's bass in this song. So I imported it into Pro Tools and checked the phase, and sure enough, I wasn't hearing any bass, because it was like things weren't lining up and they were out of phase. And knowing that, reggae music is one of those musics where people really, really pay close attention to the sound, to the bass is the center of the music, Once I got it into Pro Tools, I checked phase on it in there to make sure. In the digital realm, it was set, which is one of the beauties of working digitally.
The next Miss World, beauty queen.
That song is Jimmy London, Let Them Give You the Money. This was released on a 7-inch. So we're just doing some rough mixes,
Let them give you the money.
So Jimmy's voice always so nice when they put the harmony there in it.
Yeah.
They put the parts in. There's him on Keith Poppin.
That's him doing that? The backing vocals in the song are great.
There is a dub craze right now. There's a generation for dub music. Being that we have the availability of the multi-tracks, we're going to do some awesome dub mixes,
There was a tape, Lord Creator tape, that had 4 songs on it, and all of them had horns except for 1 song. Clive's father, who produced the song, wanted the 1959 arrangement, And the Scotalites, you know, I guess they were like, no, this is 1970, we're playing it ska, you know, we want to do, ska is the thing right now, so we don't want to play those old arrangements. So he never put the horns on it. I was auditioning horn players and trying horn players out and looking for the right people. In order for it to have that sound, like that 1969, 1970 sound, what I told him was, you got to play it all the way through, and I need as many horn players as you can get, and we're using one microphone. I actually used the AKG 635. After hearing the multi-tracks and then like trying to match that sound, I used that mic. I was like, I think they had one of these. You know, it sounds exactly like it.
These are fresh horns. Yeah, recent horns.
And then
Beautiful.
added this too, a little stick bass.
Okay, nice, nice.
I try and use equipment that's from that same time period. You know, so I use like the AKG, and then, you know, I use some of the compressors that we have that are from that era, you know, preamps that are from that era. Part of the thing I love the most is getting the guys positioned in the room to get that balance. Trombone one, maybe take a step back, you know, alto sax, take a step forward. Barry, you can move over to the left a little bit. It kind of puts you in the studio with them at the time, you know. You get that real authentic vintage sound by actually just doing it the way they did. One microphone, make sure everybody knows what they're gonna play, and just make sure they kill it when they play it. Word got out, you know, through some people that I know, that I was sitting on the Randy stuff and we were looking for some newer artists to voice stuff, do some overdubs on. Because there's a lot of really good music that's been put out, reissued or rediscovered. You can always tell the overdub because it's so clean, crisp sounding that sometimes they sound disjointed from the song, and to me you can't really fully enjoy that song. I'm trying to do my best to make sure that nobody's gonna be able to tell it's an overdub.
The time we spent together was so real. That's why I ain't gonna let you change my mind. Sweet. That I will always be your love again. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
The time we spent together was so real. It lived with me forever and a day. The kiss you gave to me was so divine. That's why I ain't gonna let you change my mind.
It's an amazing career, and so generous of you to share all of that information and those memories with
Yeah,
us.
man. It's just memories, you know.
But they're good memories, and at least
Oh, yeah,
there's a
yeah.
recorded, you know, history
That's
that you get to
correct.
share with us. And we have you, and you can tell us how things really went.
True, that's true.
So that's great. Instead of us having to hear from folks that study it, you actually
Yes,
have the insight
yes, you're
that you
getting
were
it
born
first,
into.
firsthand. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much, Clive Chin.
For the latest and greatest in records, see Randy's at 17 North Parade. Also auto decorations, radios, record changers, plus 1,000 odd items. Come and see us. Randy's at 17 North Parade.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.